Our United Way Spotlight of the Week is on Rural Frontenac Community Services, and I'm joined by Sarah McCullough, Youth Program Supervisor. Welcome. So glad you could join us today.
Hi, thank you for having me today. I'm excited to be here.
Glad you're here. So you look after youth programming, and you know, I was raised on a farm, and I remember there's all kinds of advantages to that, and it's a very wholesome sort of thing. But if your parents weren't willing to drive you into the nearest town, you missed out on a lot of things, a lot of the socializing and so on. So you take a different approach to this. Tell me about some of the things that you do for the youth in your community.
Yeah, so I run the youth program, which serves ages 6 to 21-ish. We kind of say where youth feel what they want youth services, or they approach into adult services. So spec ed students stay in school till they're 21, so we want to make sure they all get in our programs. To combat that transportation issue, we go to where the youth are. So I run multiple programs, and we visit Verona, Parham, Mountain Grove, Plevna, Coyne, Charlotte Lake, Arden, anywhere around in North and Central Frontenac and parts of South Frontenac, so that we can reach everyone.
That's really that's a lot of traveling. That's a big area. And,
yes, yeah.
And I guess the other thing that's different now too, if you are rural, doesn't mean you're a farmer, which is what it used to always mean. I mean, but people choose to live in small towns, and sometimes not even in a town, but in the middle of, you know, like a very, very remote. So again, more challenges.
Yeah, it can definitely be a challenge for reaching our youth and for getting our youth out to our programs. Transportation is always a barrier in rural communities. We don't have taxis, we don't have buses, we don't have any kind of public transportation like that. Though Rural Frontenac Community Services does have our Frontenac Transportation Services, which offers rides at a fee for anyone in Frontenac County to get where they need to go. So we drive people to doctor's appointments, shopping, to visit socializations. We also do transportation for youth to go to school. So we have a couple of kids that we drive to the local school here. We pick up kids to come to our daycare. We make it happen for the people who live here. We want to make sure everyone here is living rural life to the fullest.
Absolutely. Some of the programs, let's start at the youngest and work our way up. So they start as young as 6?
In my program, yes. So the youth program runs ages 6 to 21. However, we do have a fully licensed daycare, which does, birth to 4. We also run early on programs, part of the Early Years Ontario. So we run early on, which is ages 0 to 6. I run the youth, which is 6 to 21. We do transportation, which is for everyone in the county. We also have a community support services program. So we cater to our senior population and provide respite, PSWs, home care, diners, Meals on Wheels. We do a little bit of everything for everyone in the county. We also have a family counselor who does counseling for ages 16 and up. And yeah, if it's around and it's needed, we find a way to do it.
Wow, I had no idea. So a 6-year-old, they come into under your umbrella. What sort of stuff do they get to do?
Well, it depends on what they want to do and what I have running at the time. So the youth program rotates through based on seasons. So in the summer, we run a 3-day-a-week summer day camp. And then the other 2 days of the week, we run pop-up events across Frontenac County. So a 6-year-old can come and join our day camp program for 3 days a week in the summer. In the fall, typically before COVID, we ran Kids Club one night a week at each of the schools in Central and North Frontenac, and then we went down to Verona, which is just into South Frontenac. So that was, again, ages 6 to 12, come out to our Kids Club, and it's like an after-school recreation program. Currently, we have on Tuesdays, we're in Plevna and do ages 6 to 12 for a recreational program at the hall. Wednesdays, I'm running a STEAM youth group. So we're exploring science and technology in that for ages 6 to 12. And bi-weekly on Thursdays, I'm in Parham for ages 8 to 18, doing drop-in programming there. And I'm about to start drop-in program in Cloyne for my older youth as well. So there's a variety of things happening always.
Do you get a day off anywhere in there? Occasionally. Holy cow, that's a lot of evenings, a lot of, that's a busy job. Wow. And what Kids Club, what are some of the things that they do?
So in a typical year of Kids Club, kids come and we talk about healthy physical activity. So we run a lot of different sports and games. We also do monthly themes. So November, we try to do self-care month. So we always provide a little education around how to take care of yourself and knowing what your limits are and your boundaries are, so that youth are set with some tools before they go into the holiday break. Because we always find that home can be a really amazing place for youth, but it also can be a challenging place. So we want to make sure our youth, when we're not able to see them over the holidays, that they have the tools to help them cope and maintain their mental health. We also do healthy eating at Kids Club. So every week when we're running Kids Club, they come and we have 2 youth a week help us prepare a snack that the kids get to eat and make and enjoy that. We do experiments. We do crafts, anything they're interested in. We really try to talk to the youth and find out, what is it that you want to see in this program? What is it that you want out of this program? And we try to cater the program to their needs and their likes and dislikes. And
you mentioned STEAM. Can you tell me what that stands for?
Yeah, so currently I'm running on Wednesdays a STEAM youth group. STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math. So this week's theme, which is happening later on this evening, is it magic or is it science? And we're going to be turning milk into plastic.
Milk? Like milk, like out of a cow? Milk.
Yes.
Into plastic?
Yes.
I think I'll stick to talking for a living. Like, how do you do that?
You mix milk with vinegar, and the milk bonds to the fatty acids the vinegar bonds to the fatty acids within the milk to create a fake plastic. It's called celiac plastic. So it's not genuine plastic, but if you mix the vinegar and the milk, you mix it up, and you can form it. It kind of congeals, and you can form it using cookie cutters. You leave it to dry for 48 hours, and it hardens up into a plastic-like substance that they can then use as ornaments, paint, color on, and hang up in their rooms.
I had no idea. Now, milk after a while, if it's not refrigerated, smells. I mean, it really smells. And this doesn't do that?
It'll be my first time doing this experiment with the kids, so
you'll find out.
We're gonna find out.
Right.
I believe after a while it crumbles and disintegrates, sort of like a Play-Doh.
Wow. I'd love to find out how that worked out for you. You've really caught my attention. And I understand that a lot of your success is because the United Way has supported you.
Yes, the United Way funds our youth program and has been a funder of our youth program for years now. We are so grateful to their funding. They are one of our biggest supports in the youth program. Without them, I don't know how we could keep doing all the things we do. They allow us to offer many of our programs at a low cost or for free. For example, my STEAM program is free. Kids Club is $20 a year. Our camp is $20 a day. And without the United Way funding, we wouldn't be able to offer at that low of a price for our community members. They really have been working with us to understand rural youth and the importance of spotlighting rural communities. United Way gets that urban is different from rural, and the rural needs that we have are important and need to be funded just as much as the Kingston program. So United Way has been amazing in supporting us in that. And the United Way also funds our fully funds our family counselor position, which is a very unique position that anyone in the county can call up our family counselor and get appointment in, and he kind of works to get them where they need to be or work with them, because some counseling organizations need you to have diagnosis to receive those services, and our counseling program does not. So having United Way be able to fund us for our youth program, for our counselor program, allows us to do so much outreach into our community and work with so many different populations in our community to provide the supports that they need and the supports in their community, keeping them in their community where they feel the most comfortable.
That's wonderful, and another good reason to support the United Way. Thank you so much for being with us today, Sarah.
Thank you for having me.